Pisces, let's get into a reading. We're going to see what's holding you back. What is holding you back? Whether this is career, life in general, love. What is holding you back? There could be something here where you have the tendency to kind of like reevaluate things that you can't change. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like the pressure in life. Why did I go through that? Why have I been dealt such a crappy hand? It's kind of like sometimes you could have the tendency to want to question why things happen instead of just adapting to the change, adapting to the path. You can think about it a lot, analyze it, critique it, try to understand it. That's what I'm saying right off the bat. What could be holding you back? Some of you, healing could have been holding you back. You were needing to heal. You were needing to heal from someone who could have reflected your wounds. You and this person could have mirrored one another significantly. I feel like for a lot of you, this could have been a karmic. A karmic where it brought up a lot of pain. It brought up a lot of like resentment. Letting go and loving yourself. Some of you, another thing that could be holding you back is your inability to adapt to change. Again, it's saying it right here. Not being able to adapt to change. Wanting to always be in some sense of like introspection, trying to understand, trying to evaluate, thinking about it, understanding it, trying to figure something out or find something out, instead of just recognizing, okay, there's nothing to figure out. The lack of action's an answer. The lack of clarity is an answer. The lack of someone opening up's an answer. There's something here about where there is lack. Okay, here's an example. Let's say that I pour you a glass of chocolate milk and I give you a glass and I pour it to like here. When I give you this glass, are you then going to evaluate, well, why didn't you fill it all the way up? What do you mean you don't have milk? Why didn't you go to the store? Well, I know that store's further, but why didn't you go to a closer one? What do you mean you don't have cash on you? Well, where's your cards at? Well, why don't you have your card? Well, why do they have your cards? Instead of just going, okay, that's all the chocolate milk I got. Wanted more, but I'm obviously not getting it. You would then see it as something you need to figure out. Instead of just being like, man, it is what it is. And that could be something that's holding you back. Is the tendency to want to understand things instead of, again, adapting to the change, adapting to the roadblock. Again, if I hand this to you and go, here's you some chocolate milk, drink it. If you're going to sit here and question me, I'm going to finally look at you and go, do you want the fucking chocolate milk or not? Why are you asking so many questions? That's kind of what I'm saying here. What's holding you back? Yeah, feeling stuck. Feeling like you maybe needed to change your perspective, but what you weren't recognizing is that this moment or this circumstance or this moment of you wanting to reevaluate something could have been leading you to your higher self. Could have been leading you to who you are, what you want, what you stand for. So what's holding you back? I would even say that it's not necessarily holding you back. I would say that this is a speed bump, a roadblock. This was a moment in your life where maybe things didn't move forward or things seemed stagnant or stuck. This was a moment where you were confused, where you maybe allowed yourself to feed into an illusion. But what you were not seeing or what you were not able to see is that it was actually leading you to the person you were meant to be, your higher self, the part of you that would follow your intuition and you didn't need confirmation, the part of you that wouldn't get overwhelmed with introspection. You would just kind of let it roll off your back like a duck. That's what I'm saying. There could be something here where you're waiting for something to be so fair and so just that you could have unrealistic expectations. So what do I mean by that? Let's say that this is like a business. If your expectations is to launch a business and you go from maybe selling one thing a day to being out of stock all the time, that's unrealistic. If this is a lover, there could be a part of you waiting to be swept off your feet. You're waiting for someone to treat you a certain way, a way that you hope for, a way that you wish for, a way that could almost be kind of like fantasy-like, that you're not allowing yourself to be realistic around the fact that relationships can be confusing. Relationships can have a lot of options, and together you have to figure out what option you want to take. But there could be an energy here where if this is like love, what's holding you back is the need for things to maybe be figured out right when they get out the gate. And it's kind of like, this is what I want. If you can't give me what I want, move the fuck out of the way. That's fine. That's great. That's grand. But you could then be missing out on opportunities or missing out on people who could bring a lot of value into your life simply because they don't check off every box that you want them to check off. It's like Spirit wants you to be a little more open-minded. They want you to recognize that sometimes confusion and illusion and having a lot of options and things not really being set in stone, there's something beautiful to that. There's something magnetic. And there's a sense of like enjoying the moment until it works out for you kind of thing. And some of you could be in such an energy of like, but I just want it to be figured out. I just want to get to the end goal. What am I doing wrong? Why am I only getting one sale every 2 weeks? You're not doing anything wrong. And that's one of the first things you've got to get rid of. You're not doing anything wrong. Maybe on your time frame it's wrong. Maybe the way you want it to work out is wrong. But you're not doing anything wrong. This is just showing you that maybe you need to pour into something more. So if this is a relationship, it's like you can't expect people to want to come in and sweep you off your feet if you're not understanding, if you're not fun to be around, if you're not someone that's easy to talk to, that's patient, that's kind, that's compassionate. Nobody wants to be around someone who's demanding, who's like, figure out the fucking option or get the hell out of the way. And some of you could have that very like, I want what's fair, I want what's just, put what you got to offer on the scale, and it don't weigh enough, get kind of energy, especially if this is love. And Spirit is saying that you need to change that because that's going to hold you back from what you're trying to achieve. Okay, give me a little bit more. I do see something here could be coming back from the dead, something that you hoped would come back, whether this is a job, a career path. It's like if you have wanted someone to come back, I see that they could be coming back here in your near future. If this is like a career path, I'm seeing that it's finally going to work out for you. So let's say that this is like a position you've tried to get in. And time again, they either haven't chose you or they filled the position and they didn't fill it with you. Your opportunity to shine's coming up and you're going to get it. But I'm also seeing a little bit of energy of like, you maybe not seeing everything clearly. So if this is a job, you could be getting a position or finally getting something conquered that you've wanted to conquer. But you might not be seeing that it isn't all it's cracked up to be. So what do I mean by that? I know people who's always wanted to like own a boutique. And then when they started the boutique, they then go and tell others, don't start one. Not because I don't think that you can't do it. It's just I didn't understand what I was getting my ass into until I was into it. And now that I'm in it, I don't get paid enough. I never have time off. I'm always stressed. There's always something going wrong. Sometimes the things that we want the most comes with the most challenges. The most challenges, the most trials, the most tribulations, whether it's a relationship, a marriage, a business, being a multimillionaire, all of that comes with responsibility. And you might not think it comes with responsibility, but when all of that fails, whoever's in charge of it has to pick it up. So you might think, okay, being a millionaire isn't, you don't have to be responsible. No, but how many businesses do they have? Who runs those businesses? Who do they trust to make sure that their finances are in order? Because if one thing goes wrong, those millions can be gone overnight. Sometimes we don't know what we're asking for until we get it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. So if this is a lover from the past, this is someone you once wanted so bad to come in and want to fix it with you. And now they are. They're going to take impulsive action to come in very quickly. But you now have to ask yourself, do you want it? Because there are things here you don't see. There are things here you don't know. There are things here where you're in the dark, and I think you know that. And Spirit's telling you to kind of look at this from a place of, does this new beginning make sense for me? Or is this something that's going to hold me back? If this is like a job or a career, there's an energy here of you going after something because it's what you want. This could be a dream. This could be a goal. This could be a passion. And Spirit is telling you, listen, you're going to achieve the damn thing. But they're also telling you not to allow yourself to stop when the tough times come. Because if you're opening a business, there are going to be things you're going to have to figure out that you never thought you'd have to figure out. There are going to be taxes you're going to have to file. There are going to be things that you're going to have to deal with that it's going to feel overwhelming sometimes. And those might be the times when you want to give up. And there might be a part of you that's going to hold yourself back from that growth because you might not think that you can handle it. And Spirit is saying, listen, you can handle anything you want to handle. And there's a reason you're feeling guided or called to do this, to win this, to have this conversation, to hear this person out, to start this business. You don't know until you try. But also recognize that it ain't going to be a walk in the park. It ain't going to be like licking a lollipop and just chilling in the park to your favorite tunes. It's going to be dedication. You're going to have to come up to roadblocks and figure out, okay, I can't go under it. Can I go over it? How do I get over this? How do I get through this? I don't even know what to do. Those are the moments where you're going to have to soar. You're going to have to thrive. And I feel like if you're not careful, you're going to want to hold yourself back. You're going to want to get intimidated. You're going to feel like the vision isn't meant for you. The dream isn't meant for you. This could be trying to work out a relationship and recognizing this is going to take more fucking work than I want it to. Am I meant for a relationship? Why would you hold yourself back from something that you want? Is it because you're scared you're not going to get to experience it to the magnitude others do? Are you scared because it's really not part of your vision? Are you scared because now you know it's going to take work, maybe more work than what you thought, and before you thought that it was worth it, but now you're unsure? What would hold you back? Because again, I'm seeing an energy of like something being stable, something being consistent, something being a new beginning, and a new beginning that's going to last, something that's it's personal. It's a new beginning that you care about, whether it is a person, a place, a thing. But I also, again, feel like there could be a part of you that might want to come out and sabotage or end the relationship before it should end, or call something a deal breaker when it's not a deal breaker, or stop the business because, oh my God, I have to pay more taxes than what I thought. Are we even making a profit? Okay, let's just close the doors. Or let's think outside the box and go, okay, I didn't realize I was going to pay this many taxes, but that's fine. I'm going to figure it out. That's what I'm saying. So there are some things here that you can't see, but I do feel like one of the things that could be holding you back is, again, your ability to go with the flow, to go with the changes, to not fight the changes, to not question the changes, but simply be a part of the changes. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of like soul contract coming in. Again, this is either a contract you're going to sign where you're going to get truth that maybe it's more than what you could afford. This could be you buying a house and you feeling like you need to do it. I need to buy this house. I don't want nobody else to outbid me, but I don't know if I can afford that bid. That could be something here that's going to happen. And you've got to figure out, can you afford this contract? But if you decide not to do it, what's holding you back? Can you not financially afford it? Or are you scared that maybe 5, 10, 15 years down the road, something's going to happen and then you can't afford it? Because that's when you need to look in the mirror and go, but I wouldn't let that happen. And I'm not going to hold myself back from something that I want, whether it is a soul contract with someone that I want, this home that I'm scared I might lose in 5 years, because what if I lose my job? What if you don't? And even if you do, let's be honest, you'll go work at the Waffle House, you'll go work at Walmart, you will go do what you need to do to pay that, to fulfill that contract, to fulfill that agreement. So I am saying that, again, if you're not careful, when you get this clarity, when you get the truth that, hey, this contract's coming in, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to sign this? Do you want to open this business with us? Do you want to be an investor? Do you want to be with me? There's going to be a part of you that's going to go, oh, I don't know if this is a good choice. Maybe I should hold myself back. And Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. You should not. You need to make healthy choices. You need to trust that you wouldn't put yourself in a circumstance or a situation where you weren't doing what's best for you. Okay? You're trying to do what's best for you. That's what I'm saying. Again, this could be someone who wants to rekindle, someone who's sad based off of a separation, or it is someone who is going through a sad season. So again, this could be someone having to sell their family home. They didn't want to sell the family home, but the parents passed. They can't afford it. They want to sell it to you. They're sad. They're mourning, they're grieving, that this transformation needs to happen, and they know that this is what's best. They might then sell the home to you. You might, though, want to change your mind because you might feel like you can't afford the house, or you might feel that you can't hold that house in some sense of honor like they want it to be. So there could be a part of you that might go, wait, maybe I should hold myself back. I don't know if we should buy the family home. I don't know if I should buy this house because generation after generations grew up here, and I know you don't want to sell it, and that's putting pressure on me. Like, I don't know. But Spirit is saying that you need to trust that what you're feeling called to do is going to make you happy. Whether it is taking the plunge and buying this home, taking the plunge, listening to this person and realizing they do miss you. They want to be with you. There's a lot of affection, a passion. There's a lot of affection, attraction, passion, all of the beautiful little things. And if you decide not to accept them or take them back or want to be with them, Spirit is telling you that it could be because you're holding yourself back from a change that you want, but a change that you could be scared of making nevertheless. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Have a blessed day.